What's good, everybody? It's your boy JSenpaiX4 here, and we are 6 years old. Not me, the channel, but yes, we are, the channel-wise, 6 years of doing content creation. Long ass time. It is a very long time indeed, and honestly, all I can really ask for is just for you to subscribe to the channel and just help out at the Kofi if you would like to donate to save my life, honestly, when it comes down to the bum-ass bills I gotta keep dealing with, and just a lot of other stuff when it comes down to it. But outside of that though, when it comes down to it though, I didn't want to just make this video just to talk about the 6 years of the channel and, you know, talk about that and glaze that up, which granted, again, it's been a long time, it's a lot of work, but still nonetheless, that's not what I wanted to do this time around. I actually wanted to do an artist appreciation, but not necessarily a true one. I wanted to mix it up this time because there is a lot of artists that we have covered over the years. There's been a lot of artists I have never really talked about on this channel yet, but still would like to give them a bit of props when it comes down to it. Because easily, I do feel like if we're going to talk about one of my most helpful series when it comes down to helping other people out, I think artist appreciation might be the best one, just because when you do find a smaller artist that is out there on Twitter and whatever, essentially they could be like really small, and then a video could do very much well for them, and they can get more people to figure out who they are, check out their work, and really see what they're about. And I love doing these videos. It's just hard to do, obviously, because this is YouTube. You can only put in so much stuff without necessarily getting your shit basically rocked from east to west, so that's just how it is, right? So ultimately, it's a hard time to kind of do anything when it comes down to more mature content, but I still do it anyway, just because honestly there is a lot of good artists that's out there, and judging with how a lot of the censorship stuff has been going on and how people want to ban NSFW content, I do feel like it's BS, and I do feel like a lot of these artists do need some praise for their work when it comes down to the field that they craft in. So there's a lot of reasons as to why I do so, and honestly, if you are an artist yourself, or you're someone that maybe stumbled upon this video that knows somebody that's pretty dang small, then send them my way. Send me their work, show me what they actually have, and if I resonate with it, I might put them in a video when it comes down to it. Who really knows? Because you never really know what might happen. It might actually take off the career that they've been wanting to have for a good little minute, honestly. If you do fan art, obviously, you're just going to get in pretty much automatically, get mentioned in some shape and form automatically. That just is what it is. But when it comes down to it though, you know, obviously, just send them my way, and then we'll see what we can actually do. Because there's a lot of talent at the bottom of like followers and stuff like that, and obviously there's some people that very much I feel like could actually use a bit of a boost, like Jeff CB, honestly. Like, for example, the reason why I want to put him in this video a little bit, just to glaze a little bit, is because one, they drew Jufufu and she looked good as hell. There ain't no discussion, no debate, we all cracking Jufufu. Much less they drew Cosmo, an underrated wife from years ago, and essentially no one really talks about ever, and you made them have the most biggest plant ass cheeks I've ever really seen, and he very much said that that's worth putting in a video, honestly. Or someone like Guerrera Art or G Art, who basically has a lot of cookery when it comes down to Nanako, much less there was some good ass Kana as well, and it looks just nice across the board with the bright colors and the shine effects and stuff like that. Again, you never really know who I'll put into these videos, and it's always a good thing to kind of just promote yourself a bit to me, and maybe I can do something to maybe help you out a bit, right? If you're bigger than me, then you know, it's just a glaze fest, I guess, but still, nonetheless, it just is what it is. So what I want to do today is basically go over some of my favorite artists with their art styles, like what art style really stood out to me that is some of my favorite ones that is out there. Now obviously, because this is a top 10 list, no, this does not mean that one artist is better than another. Obviously, this is just overall which artists do I really like to see when it comes down to the art styles, what they present to the board for me personally and what I want to see. And also there's some names in this list that obviously has not been in videos before and has been in videos before, so just again keep in mind. And also I guess I'll add in too that I'll just throw out ideas of what I would like for them to see you know, kind of see them draw or something like that. Just wishful thinking. They don't have to obviously do it. They're probably not going to do it. But if I could see something, I would love to. But, you know, it just is what it is when it comes down to it. And ultimately, just an idea of what I like to see personally. But before we begin, honorable mentions to one, Haruhi Sky. Haruhi Sky is absolutely great. If you haven't seen anything of what they have done with Haruhi Suzumiya content, it's good. And mainly only Haruhi Suzumiya. That's kind of the only reason why they're not in my top 10 personally. Because it's only just Haruhi. That's literally it. If it was, I don't know, maybe Yuki Nagato, I would have put him on the list, because Yuki kind of bad though. But when it comes down to it though, they still have a lot of good stuff. It's just the fact that it's a lot of Haruhi content, which I guess is in the name, so it's expected, and that's just how it is. And then the second one might surprise you, but it's JSenpaiX4's. Yeah, I like JSenpaiX4's and how they work their magic. They absolutely know how to cook when it comes to drawing stuff well. However, for me personally, there's like not a lot of animations that I overly care a lot about. There's a few, obviously, like Mom and Dash, right? Obviously, you got things like the party games. There's stuff that is out there, but would I say it's some of my favorite art style? Not necessarily. The only one I will probably say that is my favorite of what it works is very underrated, and that's Ramathal just getting absolutely clapped. That's just how it is. Ramathal just looks mad good here, looks mad cute, and I don't think there's any way you can sit here and say, yeah, I wouldn't want to pound Ramathal after looking at this animation, because yes I do, sir. Yes, I absolutely do. But that's just how it is when it comes down to it. But enough of the honorable mentions. Let's actually get into my top 10. First up on that top 10 list at number 10 personally, I would probably say that we have someone that we never really talked about before, because obviously they don't have a Twitter, but it is Makino Tomayasu. Yes, keep it very much a stack. It's basically just because of the Yu-Gi-Oh content. If I'm gonna be real, the Yu-Gi-Oh content just goes hard. It goes in what I want to see. And it's not just Yu-Gi-Oh, but there's other waifus within the realm of what they draw that's just absolutely really good that no one really talks about ever, like Jinja from Monsuno, or like Zoe from Dinosaur King. Like, it's some peak quality work, and I love to see it. Like, it's just a lot of good stuff. They got the dude's mom from like Art V, and they just look good. Yuzu also looks mad good, and yeah, definitely I would also take her to Pound Town. Don't know shit about Art V, but I would definitely clap a lot of ass cheeks that is definitely there. Then you also have mainly, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal with Tori, and I feel like I need to express this, but Tori's like the baddest one in Yu-Gi-Oh! Outside of like maybe Akiza, and I can see someone say Alexis, and again, the list kind of goes on, but still nonetheless, Tori is like my favorite one personally, right? And to keep very much to say, this is where all the cool Tori ideas come from, when it comes down to her getting F so hard to the point her mind just simply breaks, and how a lot of other artists kind of carry on from, you know, what Makino has drawn, and it's just so damn good every single time I see it. Tori just easily is one of the ones that's deserving to get clapped the most, and I'm kind of surprised they haven't done Akiza from 5Ds. I'm a little surprised on that. I would like to see that in the future, so you know, that's just how it is for me. But ultimately though, Makino is definitely really damn good, and if you haven't seen them at all, you should really look through their work, because it's really damn peak. Number 9 is Neo Coil, solely because, well, 2 reasons. 1, the nut splatter is very damn good. They know how to draw it to make it very damn peak, and it's just a good time overall. But number 2 is because very specifically, there was really 2 artists that came in through the clutch before AI even came through as a thing, that fed the streets for me when it comes down to Konako content. And boy oh boy, it was Blue Senpai and Neo Coil. And when it comes down to it, her sucking off some meat is excellent. The only thing that I hate about this is that it's Issei, and I want to kill his ass. But that's the only damn thing about this that makes me mad. But when it comes down to it though, it's just good, right? Anytime Konako gets actual good content or actually drawn in a very nicely good formed way, it's something I'm always going to appreciate, right? So the only thing I would probably say when it comes down to, you know, Neo Coil drawing anything is that instead of Konako sucking off Issei, it should be me. It should be my OC, honestly. Can we have that to happen, please? And that's literally to anybody. If you're gonna draw Konako, can you have your boy be getting some of that action instead of Issei? Like, I'm asking nicely. I'm asking nicely. Don't maybe come and get a steel chair from wrestling and just start beating your ass with it. Okay, I'm asking nicely. So yeah, that's like one of the bigger reasons as to why. And overall, the art style just is a joy to really look at. I also really like the light effects that come off the characters as well, because it's actually looking like skin detail. It actually does it pretty damn well. So to keep very much a stack, you know, obviously Neo Coil is just really damn good. I don't think there's really much to be said about that. Number 8, Divine Wine. You made this. You made Pan shaking ass. You made Anya shake ass as well. These are the two gifts that live rent-free in my whole ass brain. And I am not sorry about it. Like, literally, there is no singular way that you could sit here and tell me, oh no, this is not good whatsoever. This is not necessarily anything that you wouldn't want. Bull. Pan is easily some of the best content Divine Wine has ever like really put out for me personally of what I would like to see. It is some of the peakest stuff. It is some of the best stuff when it comes down to it, right? It's just a grand old time, right? It's just good. There's not really much I can truthfully say. Honestly, I can't even really pick apart, you know, like the art style, honestly, when it comes down to what I like, because I like everything. And you're gonna hear me say that again in this dang video, because that's genuinely how I feel. There's just a lot of good things to like when it comes down to it, whether it's Pan shaking ass or Anya, or whether it's literally like, you know, their own original character, the vampire looking lady who honestly I don't have the idea how to pronounce their name. Like, there's just a lot of stuff to really choose from when it comes to Divine Wild, like Tinkerbell, and shockingly enough, even Twilight Sparkle as well. Like, I didn't think Pony Ass was gonna look that good, but granted, honestly, Pony Asses kind of always look good, so who the hell am I gonna sit here and just deny myself some of that Twilight Sparkle ass cheek? It kind of is what it is. So to be very honest with you, Divine Wine is just amazing with what they do. It is some high quality peakness when it comes down to it. If I had to pick a character, or at least 3, that I would like to see them go in a bit more, I would like to see either Sarada, Himawari, or either Eri from MHA. One of those 3, I would like to see him go ham on, honestly. There is a video in existence of Eri just throwing cake and just being absolutely amazing with that, which we made the whole damn, you know, Big Booty Eri national anthem when it comes down to it. Big Booty Eri, 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 big booty Eri. When a good thing goes bad. But ultimately though, I need to see it again. I need to see him go at it again. Number 7, I'm gonna say Junior Art, the friendo. And also, just because they draw Palara Nightmare, still to this day, some of the peakest quality I have really seen out of Raincoat content, because no one really cares about Raincoat besides me, I guess. But easily, they have some of the best skill when it comes down to making the characters look soft, making them look, you know, very plump and nice and, you know, neat for them to kind of have a grasping on the ass of too, you know. It just looked good overall. Like, you can definitely make ocean waves out of literally how they draw the character looking soft and all that sort of stuff. It just looks mad good, right? Also, to kind of just throw this in here just because it's me, but they also had an art trade with me at one point in time and drew Konako with a fat ass with my name written on her ass cheeks. It's amazing. It still is my favorite, one of my favorite works I've seen just in general. Not just because it's my name on her ass cheeks, but just Konako in general, right? Obviously, it's like some of the peakest shit still to this damn day, that I absolutely love their whole ass work. And because they're also a Danganronpa guy and really just anything Kodaka makes sort of guy, you already know you're gonna get some high quality good content when it comes down to, you know, any of the characters that they decide to throw down with. So that's also just gonna be a pleasant time for you, right? The only other character I would possibly say I would like to see you throw down with is maybe like a Kaede or maybe a Shiaki, maybe, you know, one of those two. And also, I'll just throw this out there for you. I kind of also want to see what you would do with one of my OCs, like either a Fu Lee or maybe a Boyoko or even a Saratome. I would like to see what you do. I don't know which one I would, if you would pick one, I don't know which one, you know, would be a proper one. But I would like to see what you would do personally. So I don't know. That's just a me to you certain thing, right? That's just how I feel. And from one ass man to another ass man, we got DR in the building. To keep it very much a stack, at number 6 it has to be. Because DR is like the king of drawing ass, right? Where I feel like Junior is very much on that same level when it comes down to it. If I had to very much give a real deal perspective on these two together, I would say no one draws better ass cheeks animations than they do, right? And as much as I love, you know, obviously the Anya and the pan content of ass cheek shaking, ultimately, you know, I need to see more when it comes down to that variety of how they go about it. Like, they have consistently drawn a lot of ass content, and I am consistently here for it, right? DR really don't need any introduction whatsoever. I think we all know who this man is. They are properly just one of the people that are just kings of drawing high level cheek animation, whether it's Gabby getting her punishment in, whether it's Megumin just straight up getting flat out just cooked on the grass because she overused her energy, so she's just free use for everybody. They're just good. They're just good, right? Especially when they go into the absolute detail of anal content and just straight up show you the different galaxy in that black hole we call an ass when it comes down to what they draw. It's just very much taking you to a different galaxy with how they draw stuff, right? It is what it is. No matter if it's Anzi, no matter if it's Rainbow Mika, which finally they did, which I'm very happy to see that. Sarda would also be a very, very valid pick as well. And then they also been doing like Maria content from Sonic, which is crazy, but also at the same time, I'm kind of here for clapping Maria as well. So that's just kind of how it is. If I had to request anything of the legendary man himself, if I were to request literally anything for ass content, and this is going to be very much a selfish ass decision, but I want to see Jay eats Kaneko ass. I do. I need to see that. I do. I'm curious because I want to see how well will it look, right? That will be one of the dream artworks or animations I would love to see, just because I can see Kaneko being maybe smug with it and Jay just diving in, kind of like the Anya one where she was eating out Yora's ass, right? So I can feel like that will be fine. I feel like that will be kind of cool, honestly. So yeah, wishful thinking again, but still, that will be like the peak one for me. I would like to see outside like just straight up clapping Kaneko. So there is definitely that too. At number 5 we have Kaishoda, the doll band, the person that got me into liking dolls a lot more than I really should have. But honestly, it's really good. Can you blame me though? Like, there's a lot of fine ass ghostly looking ass doll characters, just ghostly characters that they draw in general, and there's not really anything that you can say about it that is negative. To keep it very much a stack, really the reason why this whole artist appreciation even started is very much because of Kaishoda. Because when it comes down to it, I was so enamored, is that the correct word, by how they draw like the characters looking kind of like they have a creepy vibe to it, but also it's mostly sexy, right? It's like, yeah, you want to do it and you feel free, but also it's kind of like having this uneasy feeling with some of the earlier works that they did and stuff like that in general. It's just so dang good. Like, they know how to cook. They absolutely do, right? I don't know if they still draw, unfortunately. I don't know if they do, because I haven't really seen anything new from them. If they still do, then hell yeah. But when it comes down to it, the last time I checked, I didn't see anything new from them in a minute. like in a year's time or maybe some month's time. I don't know, but hopefully they will pick up the pencil again, or if they have, then let's see them cook a bit more, because I know they can make a fine ass meal. And honestly, this is like the one time I'm like, I don't have a idea for what I would like to see them to draw. If I were to say any more of what I want to see them to draw, I would very much like to see them to draw, like, I don't know, the spider from Undertale. The name is slipping me right now. Muffet. Oh my gosh, how'd I forget that? I was gonna say Manette. But no, Muffet. Yeah, if we get some more Muffet content, I'm absolutely here for it. Twisted Grimm coming at number 4, and they just know how to cook. They know how to cook easily. I'm never having Toga smiling at you and then throwing up some ass at you at the end of the GIF, really coming through and just straight up, you know, being something I forget. That's still something that's gonna live rent free in my damn brain. That's just genuinely how it is. And again, I'm put in another situation where I'm just like, I don't know what to say, because easily anything I say here when it comes down to what do I like about the art style is basically everything. I actually genuinely feel that when it comes down to it, because it's just that damn good. It really is. I'm not forgetting Kim Pine. I'm not gonna forget someone like, you know, Bakugo's mama. I'm not gonna forget any of that stuff. And there's really endless, boundless possibilities of what Twisted Grimm can actually throw down with any level of drawing that they want to do. It's gonna be a good time. You're gonna get some good artwork out of it, and that's just simply how it is. If I had to suggest anything, there's a lot of suggestions, honestly. There's like 3 I can think of off the top of my head. One, I would like to very much see, I guess, like Konako or Yuki Nagato cheeked up in some shape and form, just maybe jiggling that cheeks from behind. But mostly, if I had to say something on a personal level, I would want to see a flashing of Blue and Symphony. Like, I would like to see them flash their pierced nipple booba right at the viewer and just not give a damn, and just obviously be the way that they are. Blue obviously just not necessarily being having any emotions through her face, just kind of just flashing just because she can, and then Symphony kind of coming through and just like, you know, doing the most because that's just who she is. But when it comes down to it, I can see it. I can totally see it. And I feel like if anybody's going to do justice with those characters, I feel like Twisted might got it. I feel like he can do it. I can kind of visualize it, if I'm going to be honest. So that just personally for me, who I would like to see, you know, handle those two in any shape or form. Next on the list at number 3 is Diives. We're talking about a king right here. What else could I possibly say here that really would emphasize just how legendary Diives really is? They have their own set of characters that is very much themed after like Chinese, I want to say zodiac signs. I want to say, if I'm correct on that, please. If I'm not correct on that, actually, please correct me. But they just have a memorable cast of OC characters. The Goat Lady is still by far a hot ass one that needs to be drawn more by Diives. The Tiger Woman, I can't remember the name of, is also pretty damn sexy as well. Like, there's also like some type of brown creature, I can't think of it.
Disgusting black creatures, get out of my sight.
There's so many characters that you could honestly really choose from. And again, it's one of those situations where it's like, I have nothing to really say about the art style because it's peak. It's really damn good. Some of the best animations is easily, you know, things like Maoika, you know, just straight up getting clapped by Capitana, which is great. Lynette coming through in some shape or form. Ellen Joe, you know, you had Nekomata as well, I believe. Like, the lens is honestly boundless of what you can find. Like, any of the Inkling content, which is just straight up the peak and original way I found him. Then you have things like the MHA stuff as well, that's just there, which is not necessarily anything I don't see people glazing up anymore, which is a bit sad. And if there's any character I guess I would like to see from Diives in general, I think the only character I would say that would fit that art style pretty damn well would be Oda-chan. Funny enough, I would say I would want to see an Oda-chan drawing at some point in time by him, or an animated something by them in some shape or form, some type of collaboration, considering that Oda-chan does have adult content officially made out there on Otaku vs. Patreon. I would very much love to see, you know, just straight up Oda-chan and somehow Diives coming together and just straight up having, like, I don't know, her and Cam just getting clapped by some random character or something like that. I don't know, right? That will be absolutely peak, and I think that will be a fine thing to honestly see. Plus, more Oda-chan content being out there is honestly just a good time for me and just anybody overall. So that's just how it is for me. Number 2 on this list is Amphy Shira. We talked about him actually pretty dang recently, at least in terms of like videos that we have done on, you know, artist appreciation. And this is one of those moments where, again, I said in the beginning of the video, where it's like, oh, this is a small artist, you wouldn't know about him if you never really would look around and stuff like that. And that's just because, again, there's a lot of hidden talent that's just out there, and Amphy Shira is definitely one of those, you know, infinitely, boundlessly, you know, small talents that is out there that very much deserves to have a lot more going for them when it comes down to followers and stuff like that too, which I do believe they did say at one point they wanted to make that like something that they could, you know, be popular from and, you know, commit I guess like a career to. So hopefully they do get that at some point in time. One is just because I love the watercolor stuff. It looks like watercolor. I like the vibe of the drawings that they have. There's just never really a dull moment of not necessarily, you know, not liking their work, because there's always something there to like, honestly. And I'm not just saying that because they drew Blue. And yes, Blue looks sexy as hell. And yes, Blue looks absolutely fine and goated, more than I ever thought possible. Yes, she looks more blue than my Blue does. And bitch, I made the character. But when it comes down to it though, she just looks mad good. I will never not like this picture. I will never not like the process of their work as well, because they also got done with this picture really damn quick. I want to say it took maybe 2 to 3 days to get done with the whole picture or whatever, which is crazy to me, but ultimately it was good. It's some good heat right there. And then you look at the rest of their catalog of what they got, it's even better. It's even better. Crazy enough, it just has a lot of stuff in there that's even better. Like Sarada, for example, just for a quick one, it's even better. And so when it comes down to it, I very much want to see Amphy Shira just straight up shoot to the moon and just straight up get so much, you know, attention and proper care and things like that, because their art style definitely do deserve it, high key in my personal opinion. And if I had the money, genuinely, I would deadass commission him for a lot of my OCs, for sure. I would definitely have him draw a lot of them when it comes down to it, because I think they are very much up to the task to do so. And you know what? I think I'm actually going to go for something a bit more safer this time when it comes down to what I want to see him draw. I want to see him draw me. I want to see him draw Jay. Just straight up. No crazy ass like nudity or anything like that. I just want to see how they do, because I feel like they could actually cook with that well. Sure, do I want to see, you know, Symphony in her art style, or maybe someone like Yukari or Aoki? Sure, but ultimately though, I would kind of also be happy if they just drew Jay normally. Just want to see what they would do with that. So that may be an idea I might do on the table if I ever make decent money or just get money in general, because again, it's rough out these streets. Again, the Kofi is right there. Just hit the comment section. But anyway though, lastly on this list at number 1, and to this day is still like one of my favorite art styles ever, it's Devil's Tokyo. It's Devil's Tokyo. It just is. I know they don't draw that much like they used to, and you know, they still come out with the bangers that they do, because that's just how it is though, right? There is just levels of art styles that I absolutely enjoy, and Devil Tokyo, if we were to really put this in a serious top 10, they would be in the top 3. I really don't care what anybody has to say. That's gonna be in the top 3 solely because of how good they know how to make their characters look, right? Ultimately, easily, characters like Toki, you know, their OC looks mad good. You have, again, the things like Ochako looking mad good as well. There's just never a moment where I'm not thinking about, really, if I'm looking at artists in general, never not thinking about Devil's Tokyo work, because it's just a high standard I have up there, right? Very much anything with, you know, Kana as well is gonna be good, or anything with, you know, Koyabashi, it's gonna be very good when it comes down to it. You know, Ilalu is some of the peak work that I like to see as well. And then don't get me started on Nezuko blowing Zenitsu and just how good that shit was and how peak that was as well. it just, that probably outside of Ochako is easily like one of my favorite artworks of all time, just in general. And don't even get me started. And don't get me started on Paimon having a fat ass, right? Definitely, that is also some high quality peak stuff when it comes down to it too. You know, it is what it is when it comes down to it. And if I were to suggest anything of Devil Tokyo to kind of see in their art style of what to do, it's basically just gonna be me again, right? But just straight up, I don't know, clapping. I would say a character of their choice, whether it be like a Ilulu, I wouldn't be mad at that. Whether it's like Toru, wouldn't be mad at that. Whether it be, you know, one of my own characters or whatever would fit the bill would be of that art style would be fine to me. Toga would be a perfect choice as well. I don't have any problems with it at all. Just whatever would fit that would honestly be a good time for me. Kaneko doesn't necessarily matter. I'm more so leaning towards Ilulu, funny enough. I would definitely say Ilulu probably is the one character I would say, yeah, it's time for Jay to go ahead and clap some proper dragon cheeks. I would like to see it. But, you know, that just for me personally, right? I feel like plus size elf will also go good in their art style too. Again, you can kind of fit any character into that art style, and I feel like it would just work. I feel like that's how good their work is, to the point you could just fit anybody in there, and somehow they'll make it work. But overall, though, I wanted to do this because, again, there's a lot of good artists that's out there. I know there's some that I haven't named, but there's a lot of good artists that's just out there that genuinely should be glazed and should be, you know, taught, praised, and highly of. Because there's a lot of good work that is there, dude. There's a lot of good content that I would very much love to see from these people. Whether it's my personal ideas of what I want to see, much less ideas in general of just that is out there, what they can do, right? I just want to see what they can really bring to the table again and again and again. And really, some of the stuff I will never really get tired of is some of these art styles, right? Now, obviously, this being a top 10, yes, things could very much get shifted around as I see more different people come out the cut and just straight up draw really damn good content. But ultimately, this list, for the majority of the part, is gonna stay the way it is for the most part, because there is no other art styles out there as of current that really feels like they move and shift things around for me personally, right? So ultimately, I like doing artist appreciations. They're fun. It's very good when the artists see it in question of what we're talking about when it comes down to things like this. And then also, it's very just fun in general to just kind of help and promote other smaller artists as well. It's really damn good, honestly. So again, if you want to show off your work or try to, you know, get my attention to show it in one of these videos, then again, hit me up. Fan art is easily going to be like the easiest thing of how you can get into a video or any video on the channel when it comes down to it, because of course it's going to be. It's one of my own characters. Why the hell would I not talk about one of my own characters looking sexy as shit or looking cool as hell? It doesn't necessarily matter to me. You're getting in the damn video. That's just how it is, right? So easily hit me up on Twitter or on Discord, whatever the hell you fancy, and just straight up share me your work, share what you have, because ultimately I want to see it, right? I really do. So that's really all I want to say for this one. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow on socials, and if you like to donate to the channel, Kofi and Kaishoda is available as well. And until then, it's your boy Jay, sign off. Have a blessed day.